on. It's day 1 in Italy, and Jacob is trying to get his Permesso di Soggiorno, I'll put it here, for the working holiday visa coming from Australia. He's currently in line at the Questura in the immigration office, and the line is massive. And I'm on the way to go and buy some stamp he needs to process it. We got to the Questura a little bit late, I think at like just before 8:30. It opens at 8, but we probably should have got there at like 7 because the line was quite long. But that's why I'm now going to go buy this stamp that he needs. So for the stamp that he needs from Itabachi, I'm hoping this one has the thing that we need. Perfect. I have just gone and picked up. I've got I just said it, the Bassa di something. So I've got that, cost €16. So I think it's like the tax or something for the form. But anyways, we've got it. So let's go see how far he's made it in the line. It's definitely shorter than like it was when we arrived. So we've moved. So that's good. It was like out here before, so it's definitely moving quick. Okay, Jacob, tell us what just happened.
So we lined up for 20 minutes, got to the front, and then they said I need to go to the post office and get a Permesso di Soggiorno receipt.
I said it before as well, yeah. And I was like, I'll put the word here.
Get a receipt from the post office and pay there, and then come back here. That's
okay.
Not the full kit that the normal visa is, just a receipt. Okay.
But you don't need an appointment, you can just rock up there.
She said come back with that, so we
okay,
have to
so we'll go
do that.
Because we want the same lady, because she clearly knew what was going on.
She spoke English and was nice, so we got lucky. But
nice.
Working youth.
I don't know.
Okay. I'll go 70, 46, I think.
This?
Yeah.
Second?
Yeah. But this is the bit that's where they could say no. That was easier than everyone made out, but still not easy.
Hey everyone, it's about a month later than the day that we went to the Questura, but Jacob, who was applying for the Permesso, is actually sick right now. But I was just going through the clips that we had, and I realized we never actually kind of finished off the vlog, so I thought I would come on here and finish this off and add in any extra little details that we didn't include throughout the day. So basically, as you saw, Jacob was applying for the Permesso through his working holiday visa that he got back in Australia, so he already had that stamped in his passport, and we arrived in Italy. And then on our first day, we were lucky enough to go to the Questura and speak with the officers there and get his, he didn't get the actual physical Permesso di Soggiorno, but he got the receipt for it. We applied for it, he got the receipt, did his fingerprints, all of that, all in the one day. I think we were done by about 11:30 in the morning, and we got there about 8, so it was definitely done within like 3 hours. We had allocated 4 days for him to try and sort this out, so it went relatively smoothly. A few things which are good to know, or either we didn't know beforehand, were, I guess, we need to bring up 4 major things to the appointment. 2 of them we already knew about. One was I'm gonna forget how to say this again, the Marco di Bollo, that little stamp of the €16, I think it's like the taxes or something. Please, I may be wrong about what these actual things are, but these are what we had to bring. So that little stamp, we had to bring that, and also 4 passport size photos. And then obviously he brought his visa along to show that he was applying for it through his visa. And then the 2 other things which we actually didn't know we had to bring beforehand was that receipt from the post office. So what we actually had to do, and what the police officer very kindly told Jacob once he arrived, was that he had to go to the post office and pay like the deposit, I guess, for the Permesso. It's not the normal thing that you have to do when you're getting a regular Permesso di Soggiorno, because it's not the full kit that you have to fill out and submit before you can get an appointment at the Questura. This is just paying like the money for it, and you just get a receipt from the post office. You just pay a certain amount, I think it was €70 or something, and then you bring that with you when you apply for it. So that's just like proof of payment, because obviously they don't take the payment at the Questura. We didn't know that until the day of. And the other thing that we didn't know, but luckily we sorted out once we were there, was proof of your residence, which Jacob didn't have. We were actually just staying in an Airbnb for 4 nights to start with, and then doing a little bit of travel around Italy for the next couple of days. So we had a few bookings lined up, and they let us send an email to them of like the booking confirmation with Jacob's name on it, and they used that as like the proof of residence, even though that's technically not residence or whatever. We had read online that they do accept bookings, but we didn't know that you're supposed to bring like proof of that with you, so we brought that. So they were like the 4, I think I named them all, the 4 things we had to bring along with the visa to the appointment. And what else? I think the other thing was there were a few hurdles where like when we first got to the counter at the Questura, like once we got inside at the end, and like he had his number and he went up for the appointment, he went and said he's here to apply for the Permesso, and the first thing the police officer said was, oh, do you have an appointment? And he was like, oh no, you don't have to for the working holiday visa. The officer was confused, but then he went and asked someone else, and then the other person came over and said, do you have an appointment? And he was like, no, for the working holiday visa, it's a special case. And then the other police officer was like, oh yes, no, I do know that the working holiday visa is different. So I guess if you're getting any bounce back when you're trying to go to the Questura, is just be firm and like understand that no, you don't need the appointment for this type of application. We had a printout document which was written in both Italian and English from I think it was the Melbourne Italian consulate website. We brought that along to like show if we needed to say, no, you don't need an appointment, you just go straight there, you don't fill out the full post office kit, blah blah blah. And yeah, I think that's like the main tip, is just be like confident and know that you're following the rules that are specific for the type of visa that you have applied for, which in Jacob's case was the working holiday visa. So yeah, hopefully that is somewhat helpful. We've put together also a little guide for anyone who's having issues or who is worried about going through this process. I'll link it down below in the description of the video, and I'll try and put any little extra hints and whatnot there as well. So if you are applying for the working holiday visa and then have arrived in Italy, good luck. It can be a stressful process. I know that morning was really stressful for Jacob and us, but luckily we went to Milan, which we had heard would perhaps be one of the easiest places to do it. We've also run into people since then, actually, like in hostels and whatnot, who have gone through a similar, like the same process for the working holiday visa, and they've managed to get it done. Though we've read on a lot of Facebook pages that it's very difficult. So good luck if you're going to do it. It's probably about 3.5 weeks since that day, and we are still checking every day online for the status. It is still like in progress, like it comes up with a little picture like this, and it's still underway, so we haven't received it yet, but once we do, I will update also in the description below when we actually receive it and how long it actually took for the card to arrive. And yeah, so I think that's all I have to update on. I just wanted to like kind of round out this video and provide as many tips to anyone who's going through the process as we can, because yeah, it was very difficult to figure out the exact right process to do. Again, maybe we didn't even end up following the exact right process, but what we did worked, and we just did what we knew to the best of our knowledge. So hopefully if you follow the same steps, you'll get the same outcome as us. So fingers crossed, good luck, and yeah, congrats on your new adventure in Italy, and maybe we'll see you around. Okay, bye.